परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से, परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
परम पूज्य 13वें सोना रिम्पोचे के कठिन प्रयासों से, परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन के इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक कार्यक्रम जो पूरी तरह समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के ज्ञान, दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म को। कार्यक्रम के पिछले कई एपिसोड से हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं परम पावन 17वें गेलवांग करमापा की केरल यात्रा को। अभी तक आपने देखा कि किस तरह परम पावन के कदम जहां बढ़े, वहां पर लोगों ने तहे दिल से उनका भव्य स्वागत किया। केरल यात्रा के दौरान परम पावन कर्मा पधारे हुए हैं बायला कुप्पी की थिकचुक मॉनेस्ट्री में। परम पूजनीय रिम्पोचे के साथ परम पावन मॉनेस्ट्री में लगी मूर्तियों के दर्शन करते हैं। दीवारों की गई खूबसूरत चित्रकारियों को देखकर उसका भी लुत्फ लेते हैं। परम पावन को मॉनेस्ट्री के दूसरे हिस्से का भी जायजा लेना है। अब वक्त हो गया है मॉनेस्ट्री में आयोजित पूजा में शामिल होने का। पारंपरिक ढंग से की जाने वाली बौद्ध पूजा सबका ध्यान अपनी ओर आकर्षित कर लेती है। ये वो क्षण होता है जब पूजा में शामिल बौद्ध भिक्षुओं के अलावा सभी लोग अपने सारे दुख दर्द भूल जाते हैं। भक्तिमय माहौल सारे वातावरण को पवित्र कर देता है। परम पावन का अगला पड़ाव था बायला कुप्पी की तिब्बतियन यूनिवर्सिटी में। शांति और खुशहाली की कामना लिए इस खास पूजा का आयोजन किया गया है परम पावन करमापा के सम्मान में। परम पावन के इस विशेष पूजा में शामिल होने के साथ साथ सारा वातावरणमय हो उठता है। परम पावन पधारे हैं बायला कुप्पी की कारगू तिब्बतियन मॉनेस्ट्री में। परम पावन की लंबी आयु के लिए यहाँ विशेष पूजा का आयोजन किया गया है। अब वो घड़ी आती है जिसका सिर्फ बौद्ध अनुयायियों को ही नहीं बल्कि सभी समुदाय के लोगों को बेसब्री से इंतजार रहता है, यानी गुरु आशीर्वाद का। परम पावन भी बड़े ही स्नेह से मौजूद सभी लोगों को आशीर्वाद देते हैं। परम पावन के कदम पड़े हैं बायला कुप्पी के ही थाजू निम्पो मॉनेस्ट्री में। परम पावन बौद्ध भिक्षुओं के साथ पूरी मॉनेस्ट्री का जायजा लेते हैं। मॉनेस्ट्री द्वारा परम पावन के सम्मान में आयोजित प्रार्थना में भी शामिल होते हैं। परम पावन के आने की खबर सुनकर बौद्ध अनुयायियों के साथ स्थानीय लोग भी परम पावन के दर्शन की अभिलाषा लिए खड़े हुए हैं। परम पावन भी निराश नहीं करते और मौजूद सारे अनुयायियों से मिलते हैं। कार्यक्रम के अगले एपिसोड में भी हम आपको दिखाएंगे परम पावन 17वें गेलवांग करमापा की केरल यात्रा।
कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम। क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे। जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Namaskar Tile. My name is Kunkatundu. I'm an astrologer from Tibet Medical and Institute Institute. The following are daily predictions for the month of September. 23rd September 2010. Thursday, 15th lunar day and 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is fire, wind. Elemental combinations is good. These combinations, elemental combinations, will bring strength and auspiciousness. It's especially good day for people who belong to tiger and rabbit years. You can specifically carry out activities like religious ceremonies, praying to the deities, reading scriptures, and etc. This day is also favorable day to raise prayer flags. Parties, especially among friends, should be avoided. This day is good to perform Naga pujas. Thumtong or empty vase is at east direction, so important activities should not be done while facing east direction. 24th September 2010, Friday, 16th lunar day, 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is earth fire, which is that combination. It brings burning and lead to sufferings, but activities such as defeating enemies or adversaries are effective. Also avoid doing construction works. Lord of the earth or Satak Singpung moves from east to west direction in the midday. Thus, starting undertaking journey or any other works from west to east should be avoided. Today is vernal equinox, so length of the day and length of the night is equal, and Thumtong or empty vase is at east direction, so important works should not be done while facing east direction. 25th September 2010, Saturday, 7th lunar day and 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is earth water. This is good combination. It brings youthfulness and happiness. Good day to enjoy parties, celebrations, and etc. This day is also good to raise prayer flags. The specific thing that you should refrain from is wedding or engagements. Good day for people who belong to ox year, and for construction workers and craftsmen. Thumtong is at east direction, so important works should not be done while facing east direction. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at same time in same channel.
क्या है भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन, बौद्ध धर्म का गूढ़ ज्ञान, कैसे मिले दुख से मुक्ति, कैसे पाए बुद्धत्व, क्या है धम्मम, क्या है संगम। ये कार्यक्रम आपको रोज दे रहा है ऐसे तमाम सवालों के जवाब। आज बौद्ध धर्म के प्रकांड विद्वान से जानिए भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का सही ज्ञान।
yang dzogchen le nangse gi dzogchen semde dzogchen longde ane mengang des ane menga le chigor nangor sangor ane yangsang lami kwas sungdo.
So, and within the Dzogchen teachings, of course, sorry, earlier I forgot that, so the Rigpa awareness that is characterized as being free from fluctuation, ever present and so on, is sometimes also referred to as Samandrabhadra, all goodness, and with no beginning, no end, and atemporal. So within the Dzogchen teachings, again, there are many different levels of teaching or many different classes of teachings. For example, the 3 primary classes of teachings are known as the cycle of mind teachings, cycle of expanse, and the cycle of instructions. So we see there are many different types of teachings even within the Dzogchen Great Perfection instructions.
딘데 릭복군도 상고 될래야 예상 개발스 그 정신기다 침배다 다 되겠지.
So this
자상가 예상 개발 루브르에다 침을 제등에다 디 침을 쌓인도 전에 양상 개발스.
so
다 퍼싱 슝나리아 시싱 슝나리아 정신 양대 근데 학자 양대 학문 양대 민의 양대 송도가 그래서 정신 양대 디 통일번에 정신 용선 양하는 데바지 차디어 봐. 이내 정신 용선 양하는 데바도 저들이 이르잖아요. 정신 용선 양하는 데바도 매나 루브르 지제기 양대 용식 말 봐. 뺏드는 시 예상 개발도 매나 양상 개발 용통 말 봐.
So this primordial mind, the Rigpa awareness, referred to as characterized as Samandrabhadra, is in fact described as primordial Buddhahood, and this is a primordial quality of Buddhahood that we all possess. And however, this primordial quality of Buddhahood is obscured by adventitious mental factors, which are the afflictions and the various thought processes. And through practice, when this primordial quality of Buddhahood is removed, when all of these adventitious mental qualities, properties, processes are cleansed, then one becomes reawakened or re-enlightened. So the attainment of enlightenment is referred to as the reawakening or attainment of enlightenment. And this is, in a sense, analogous to an idea in the perfection of wisdom teachings, where the nature of one's mind is referred to as the natural nirvana, and the natural nirvana serves as the basis for the possibility of attaining a nirvana with residue and nirvana without residue, which are constituted by elimination of the afflictive forces. So if there is no natural nirvana, then there is simply no possibility of the attainment of the nirvana, actual nirvana. So the idea is similar. So similarly in the Dzogchen perfection teaching, because of the presence of the primordial Buddhahood in us, it allows the possibility to gain this reawakening, attainment of Buddhahood.
다 태고를 못 구사야지 질 담배 남샤라 태고를 못 구야래서는 송어 좀 뭐임바 강사 지기 냠손 레베 그돌라 태고를 못 구디 차상지 두세냐면 셔봐지 근데 송야지 용기 디시라야 오르샤
So
다 데그르스는 딩시 고미야 디 년두기 태고하세요 디시차지 다 되네 딩시 스파스 가소래 딩시 냠네 14로 담으잖아요 는 때려야 주니 룩중도 거네 아니 거주림 도림부터 안에 과학된시에 있고요 근데 되게 아니 랑제가 돼버렸지 되네 심기 친루 실학이 냠네 디디 다 실람을 친루나 투자다 디디 아니 전주선 배 돼버렸지 바로도 집에 바로도 집에 대배 장성 대배 냠네 디시 다 되네 하이 난저 고민도잖아요 아니 저주기 두저 패배원도 제배이나 아니 다 저주도 세덤니 랑니 다 저도 될래 주 아니 시소 무줄래야 된지기 로나 숨기야래 저다 되는 인도산에 아니 지야 아니 오버 다 요가 디디 냠린치야 디디 준비 봤다 간다 타이는 좀 서도 되게 하래 되네네 개바 마요가 롱 어느 요가 스잔에 저롱이 냠니 디레용 요리 대내에 저거 어디 요가 스르잔에 에네 리버 상대게 다 냠니 디치아디 자 도스네 간사지 디드 삼을로 먼저 추두체니 태버를 뭐 고갈로 다 냠니 시야지 요도가 그러나 롱진 주디 나리아 단 제리네 다 사브샤요리 넘중에디 셰디 다 롱진 주딩기 냠니 서울베다 타som 공부 제윤도 냐로 중등저 때는 야고를 쓰기 중등저디 때 아니 이신저디 때 애니데는 예수 고수문한 거 심리 예수디 거를 샥자체니 거를 샥부자도 쉬시라 뒤에온도 차베이나 되게다 민음 장로 조과자리 디디 체 엔트네 베베게 아니 택존저 신인저 다 디디 아니 냠면 간만 뒤트야 주나 야오사요
So, so when we speak about the 9 yanas or 9 vehicles from the early translation tradition's perspective, it's not a question of simply making a presentation about the general teachings of the Buddha, but in fact there is a tradition where the teachings of all the 9 yanas, 9 vehicles, are made relevant to the progress of an individual who is working on the path. So in this respect, then all the teachings of the 9 vehicles become relevant to the transformation of an individual person, a practitioner. So in this context, then the teachings and the practices of the Four Noble Truths correspond to the teachings of the disciples' vehicle. And then when the teachings of the Four Noble Truths are further elaborated, then the Four Noble Truths, the causal networks between suffering and origin and cessation of the path, when they are further elaborated, then the teachings of the 12 links of dependent origination becomes relevant. And here, both the reversal order and the sequential order of the relationship between the 12 links are explained and then meditated upon. Then the practitioner is essentially implementing the teachings of the Pratyeka Buddha, the self-enlightened ones. And then when the individual moves on to the next stage, then the teachings on generating bodhicitta and the altruistic awakening mind, and based upon that implements the practices of the 6 perfections, giving a moral discipline and so on, culminating in the cultivation of shamatha, tranquil abiding, and also vipassana, a special insight. Then the practitioner is implementing the teachings of the bodhisattva vehicle. On that basis, then one moves on to the next level, where deity yoga practices are brought into one's daily practice. And then, depending upon the levels of one's experience, the deity yoga practice becomes ever more subtler. And that's how one moves through these next 3 vehicles. And initially, for some individuals, it is said that the Kriya action tantra meditation may involve visualizing one's meditation deity in the form of a master outside, and then from whom one receives blessings and empowerments and so on. But gradually, as the deity yoga realization becomes more and more profound, one moves on to the next stages. And then finally, one moves on to the Mahayoga and Anuyoga and Adiyoga. Then there, the manipulation of the subtle energies and the channels and the drops, these practices, the more advanced Vajrayana practices, are also brought into the person's path. And then all of these, having established as a kind of a preliminary practice, one then moves on to the Dzogchen, the great perfection, Ati yoga practice, where the focus is really on affecting the realization of the Rigpa, primordial awareness. Therefore, when and this is in fact the approach that is presented in the 7 treasuries of Longchenpa.